Bridget Bartlett here. So today I am super excited to show you how you can create static and dynamic templates inside of your Brand Blast agency account. Now you do need to be a white label reseller of Brand Blast to be able to add templates to your agency. But what's super cool is you'll be able to add them specific for your niche, and this will help you stand out among everyone else who's selling Brand Blast. Now, we do have a white label version of Brand Blast that all of our members receive. So if you are a member of our program, you definitely want to check your email for access to that. You'll also see if you go into the Brand Blast area here that I did add some instructions if you can't find the email or whatever, how you can access your account. Now, one of the things cool about Brand Blast here is that, like I said, that you can import templates from Canva. So that's super cool. And you guys, if you're members of our program, if you go into the learning tab here, you'll actually see that we have an enormous amount of Canva templates that are already created that if you are a white label agency, a reseller of Brand Blast, you do have the ability to use these and add them to your agency. Okay. So you can see we have lots of different niches here. Now, like I said, you do need to be a white label agency to be able to do this today. So you can go to myvisionagency.com/brand blast. And when you click there, you want to go into the agency option, and you'll see when you scroll down here, you'll see all of the benefits that you receive, and you'll also see the two plans here that allow you to white label. Okay, so that's what you need to do to make sure that you have the ability to add templates. If you are a member of our program, this is the plan that you guys get already included in your membership. So that's incredible. So you don't have to actually create a user account. So this is just for agency. Okay, so I want to just eliminate that here. Now, when you open up the templates, you'll see something like this. Now, I've unbranded these just to make it easier when we're creating the templates. I've just kind of made them like black and white so that we can choose our template colors there. So you can see here that there are lots of, quotes and things like that. Now, this is important to note considering the difference between the static and dynamic. So, for example, static would mean if we wanted to take this template right here and maybe we just wanted to change the colors to be the brand, maybe we wanted to add the logo up here, and maybe we wanted to add the website URL at the bottom, that would be a static template. But if we wanted to make this dynamic, we could actually create something that looks a little bit more like, we could even use this here, and we could update the image here for every single post. And then we could also update the text here according to our business. And of course, we could add the logo and all of that. So that would be the difference between dynamic and static. Okay. So static, we really want to keep the content. We just want to rebrand it. And then global is we are creating fresh content using the template that we have uploaded. Okay. So now let's go into, let me close out some of these windows here, and let's actually go into Brand Blast now. And you want to go to the template editor here, and I'm going to go ahead and add a new template. So here, let's go ahead and just create the dynamic template first. So let's say dynamic test, because I'm going to change this. You can upload a cover image. I did hear that eventually they are going to change this. Right now, you can upload whatever image that you want to. They are going to make this to where your templates will show kind of like you see in the background there, will automatically show this cover image. So that'll be helpful. We want to choose dynamic or static here. And like I said, I want to show you the dynamic first. And since I'm just going to do a training here, I only want this to be available to me. But if I did want it to be available to all in my agency, I could click everyone. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and click test. And now you'll see that I've created this collection. I need to click in there, and then now I can start adding the templates. So I'm going to go ahead and click here to add a template. And you can see the dynamic. This is really important. Okay. So it says with dynamic templates, a single template can be made can have many different themes. Dynamic templates are great for visually captivating post designs, but with more AI generated content. You will have access to dynamic elements like the AI changes with each post generation, such as dynamic focus images and dynamic text elements. Okay. So, this is important to know. So, I wanted to make sure to go through this with you. Now, what we're going to do is we're just going to create a fresh dynamic post just from scratch here using the editor. Okay. Now, one of the things that I think work really well for dynamic posts, a template style is let's just go ahead and add the image here. Okay. So, I'm going to add, let's just choose. I could choose this image of cats, but since we're in marketing, let's choose something marketing related. So let's just say marketing. And we're going to search the stock images from Unsplash. So let's choose this image. I'm just going to drag this in here. Okay. So let's go ahead and stretch this out, make it look good there. So this is going to be like our marketing image. Now let's say that here we wanted to add, what I like to do is kind of add like a square on top of this here. And let's go ahead and center this. And then in this square, I want to put my content. Okay. Remember, I'm really just creating the template here. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead, add my square. Let's get it lined up. And just like Canva, it gives you those guides there. So here, let's make this a little bit transparent. So let's go into the color. And let's see here. We'll make this a little transparent. Okay. We don't want it to be completely transparent, but just a little bit of color. And since we are making this a template, let's go ahead and make sure that this color is a brand color. Okay. Now you can see when I click in there, over here to the left, it just says element. Now we need to find a way to tell the AI what color this is going to be. Okay, now remember on Monday when we set up our brand, we told it what our primary color and our secondary color was, and we uploaded our logo and told it what our website was. And so that is all of the information that we have here. Okay, so these are basically custom values that will tell the AI what to put in here. Okay, so we're clicked inside of the element. And if we want this square to be the brand color, we can actually just highlight this here. So you're going to highlight the words. And then we're going to come over here and we're just going to rename this. Okay, now when you put this in here, go ahead and click enter. And that's what's going to save it. So now we're telling the system that we want this to be whatever the primary color is, but we also want it to be a little bit transparent. Okay, so that's what we've set up here. And anytime you make those changes, go ahead and click save, and you'll see that you've done this correctly. When the primary brand color, after it saves, it'll turn green, and then that'll be 1. So that means that we have one element here that is going to be the primary brand color. So let's go ahead and add another image here, and we want to add the logo. So I'm just going to grab I could add any image here, but just for the sake of, being consistent, let's see what kind of logos it has here. It really doesn't matter because we're going to be changing it. But let's just drag this in here. Okay. So now we have this image, and where we put this image, we want to be replaced with the website URL. Now we have the logo image here, right here. All right, so I'm just going to copy this, and we're of course selecting the element. We want to go over here to the element name. We're going to paste that in there and then click enter. All right, so now we've added this here. We can actually make sure that this is sized correctly if we click in there, and we can go to, let me see where it is, image, and select, and then we can actually change this to whatever size we want. So if we wanted this to be like 200 by 200 and make sure that it's square, of course we could select that there. Okay, so now you see we have this image, this square image that is going to be replaced with our logo. Okay. So it doesn't matter that the stock image isn't showing correctly. What we just want to make sure is there's an image placeholder there for the logo. Okay. So if we save this again, you'll see that our logo image now will turn green and it will be 1. Okay. So you'll see that there. Now you'll see here that we need a focus image And we need dynamic text because that's what's going to make it global. Okay. So the focus image is going to be whatever image it's going to be changing. So it's like the AI is generating the content for the post, it's also going to generate the content for the image. So we want to make sure whatever image is on here that we want it to update, we tell it which one to do that to, right? So I'm going to go ahead and let's say that we want this background image to be changed every time it creates a new post. We're going to click in there and then now we want to copy where it says focus image. Okay, so I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go, since I'm clicked in the element, I'm going to go over here to the name and I'm just going to click enter. So now we have our focus image and that's going to change every time. Let's go ahead and save now. And of course, we need some text here because if we're looking at our guidelines here, it says we need the dynamic focus image and we need the dynamic text elements. Okay, so what is the content that's going to be created here inside of our post? Okay, so let's go ahead and grab the text here, and we need title, okay? A title to our post. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab some title text here, and of course we want to edit this. If this is going to be kind of darker and transparent, maybe we want this text to be white. Maybe we want it to be another brand color, but either way, I'm gonna make this white so that we can I'm sorry, so I can show you or so that you can see it better. So I'm going to go ahead and make that text white. We could also align it to the center here. So let's go ahead and do that. And then here, now we need to tell the AI, what is this text? Okay, it's title text, but what do we want the AI to do with this title text? So I'm going to go up here and now we just need to give this a name. And this could really be any name that you want it to be. But just for the sake of making it clear, I'm just going to call it title text. Okay, and then I'm going to hit enter. Now, when I come over here and I save, you'll see a box appear here, and this is the AI box, and it's basically saying like, okay, you added a new, element here. What actually is this? So I want to say three, 3 to 4 word title of the post. All right, let's go ahead and save. So now I've told it, okay, here is the title box, okay, and it's important to space this out, okay? So if you want a 3 to 4 word title of the post, maybe you want to say, um, this is the title. Okay. So now you see 4 words and you see how much space it takes up. So that'll help you gauge like what you want it to look like here. So maybe we want to make sure to keep it on the same line. So we can shrink this down a little bit. Of course, we want to make sure to line this up appropriately. Okay. So now we have, this is the title. Okay. And let's go ahead and save again. So we know even if it's 4 words, it's going to fit in this area. But we also need the context of the post, right? So I'm going to go ahead and go over to text, and then I'm going to choose the paragraph text. Let's go ahead and grab that and add this in here. Again, I want to make it white so you guys can see it. Let me highlight over and let's make this white. All right, so now it's white. And let's go ahead and center this text in the middle as well. So let's click in here. Let's center. Okay. And then here, let's say this is the box where the content for this post is going to live. Okay. So let's see how many words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. So let's just say, let's space this box out. Let's make sure that it looks good. We want it there. Maybe want to shrink this down a little bit. And we want to make sure all that's centered and how we like it and all good. Okay. Now, if we did want this text to be the color of, you'll see here we have secondary brand color element. So let's highlight this. Sorry, sometimes using this highlighter, it um, doesn't exactly like me to highlight things. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this, and you'll see here in this element, if I want this to be the secondary brand color, I could just come up to, actually, I don't think that I can change that now. I think I just lied to you, actually. No, yeah, I think I just lied to you. Okay. It's funny when you're when you have an idea and you're live and you're like, "Oh, wait, we could totally do that." Um, but now I'm questioning myself, and of course, I'm always transparent with you guys. I'm questioning myself because I'm wondering, can I change this, the color, once we have changed that? So, I'm so glad that Ian is going to be joining us on Friday, and we're going to ask him this question. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and save here because we have given this a name, and now it's going to ask us down here what is actually in this box. Let's go click here. Sorry about that. Let's go up here. All right, click in here because we need to name this now. So we're going to call this body text. If you are naming this, make sure that you put a space, a little hyphen if there's a space. Okay, so we're going to say body text and click here. I think I was kind of getting ahead of myself. Sometimes my brain works faster than, than my mouse here. Okay, so we have body text. What's going to be in the body text? Okay, so let's say 10, actually 10 to 15 words um, explaining the content of the post. Okay, and let's save. Okay, so now we have created the post. We've added our logo here. We've made this a brand color, and we've also added the title text and the content to the post down here. Now, maybe we wanted to add maybe the website as well. So let's add some paragraph text down here. You can see we've added another line. So here, instead of paragraph, let me make this white so you can see it. Okay, so here, let's just say website URL. And now let's center this. Let's close out of this. Let's center this. And then now let's shrink this down a little bit. Okay. And then now here, what we want is we want this to be overridden with the website URL. Now here we can choose, do we want the website URL to be with the primary brand color, or do we want the website URL to be with the secondary brand color? Let's go ahead and say secondary, and we're going to copy this. Let's go back here to the text and let's paste that in there and click enter. And then now, wherever this resides in our template is going to be overridden by the color, the secondary color, and whatever is in that website field. Okay. So now we've created our dynamic post here. All right. So let's close out of this. And let's actually go back to the campaigns. And while we create our static post, or actually, there's one more thing that we need to do. We need to make sure before we do that, that we are creating the horizontal version of this. So let's duplicate this. All right, and then let's go ahead and go into the editor. And you can see here when we click on the image, it says image here, and we have, actually, let me go back. Let me see where it says the image. There is a place where it says square. Sorry, you guys. Um, oh, where is that? Images. All right, so you guys know how I am. This is going to absolutely drive me nuts. Okay, transform, position, and size. There is a spot in here where it says it will allow you to change it to, is it position? I mean, either way, I know that I can change it like manually. This is going to drive me nuts because there was an easy way to do this, and now I cannot find it for the life of me. Okay, so let me just show you the other way. Okay, so we have the image here. Let's go to crop. Let's change this to 1920, um, or I'm sorry, 1080. by 720 because that's horizontal, and that's really what we're looking for. Okay, so we need this. That is not what I was looking for though, you guys. Where is you need to create a oh, here it is. Okay. Horizontal post. That's what I was looking for. Okay. It's driving me nuts. I knew it was in there somewhere. All right. So now I'm going to, we need to create the horizontal post so that the AI knows what to do with horizontal images. Okay. So sorry that took me a minute. I'm glad I found it. Usually when I find it, I'm not live anymore. And then I'm so tempted. I just want to go back and be live again so that I can show you guys how I found it. All right. So let's just, now that we have our horizontal post, let's go ahead and stretch all this stuff out, make sure that it all looks good. Now, of course, we duplicated, so all the settings and everything are still the same. You can see our image still says the primary focus image. This is still going to be our brand colors and all of these things over here to the side. So all we need to do is just really make that post horizontal. Okay, so now we've done that. Let's go ahead and save now. And so now we've created the posts in this campaign. Let's go back now. So we have our square post and then we have our horizontal. So let's go back to the campaigns and let's create a campaign here for the dynamic. And let's use images only. And let's choose Facebook, Instagram. Let's do Twitter just so we can see the difference there, that horizontal. Let's say for 1 week, actually, let's say 2 weeks, 3 posts a week. And remember, what's cool about this tool is not only does it create the content trained from your business, but it also creates the images and all of that that go with it. So let's say, go ahead and choose next. And here, dang it, okay, we didn't publish. Okay, so we need to now go back here and we need to publish. All right, we're not going to be able to use it until we publish. So let's quickly do this again. All right, so we're going to do test dynamic. Let's say 2. We'll do images only. Let's do Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and next. And we'll do 1 week, actually 2 weeks, 3 posts a week. All right, and then now let's choose our dynamic test and next. And we are only going to use stock images. We can choose whether we want to exclude any images posted in the last 30 days, or we can select any of that. We'll say that's fine and click finish. So now let's go ahead and build that static image. And this one is going to be a lot less steps. Okay, so let's go to template editor and let's click here. And we're going to say this is going to be our static uh, test. Again, we could choose the image here. We could change this to static. And we're going to say this is only for me because we're doing the testing here. So now that we've created that, let's go ahead and click in it. And we want to create our first static post. Okay. So the static post would be like, if you, like I was saying, let's say that you have a bunch of quotes. Okay. And I wanted to share this with you because this is something that I have ordered several times throughout the years from Fiverr. And you can see what this guy's doing here is literally just creating these templates. So you see there's like 10 different layouts and all he's doing is changing the logo and changing the color. Okay. So you can see what this guy's doing and kind of get an idea of what you can offer your clients, right? All you need to do is just create these branded posts here, or unbranded posts rather, and then you can just quickly brand it for them and then schedule it out. This is absolutely incredible, you guys. I think this really gives you an idea of how you can utilize a lot of these a lot of this strategy inside of your own business. Okay. So let's go here. Now what we want to do is upload an image. So I'm going to go ahead and let's choose this image here. Okay. Now, this image is just a quote that I created on Canva. So if you have these Canva quotes here, all you need to do is go over to share and go to download, and then you'll see SVG. Okay. So when you download, you're going to choose, let's say if I wanted this page 23, I would just click download that page, and then I would have my SVG file. Okay. So once you have that, all you need to do is just drag it here to create your static template. Now you can see here all of the options that we have available for the static posts. Now, remember, we're not having AI create the content for the post. The purpose of the static post would be to have the content already created, but we just want to add the brand. Okay. So if I wanted to add this as a static post, one thing that I could do is change the background color and make sure that this background color is always going to be a branded color. So I'm going to change this. I'm just going to highlight this text here. I'm going to click on the element and I'm going to go over here to my to rename it. So let's make this the primary color. And we could have this black here. This could be the secondary color. Okay, so I'm going to copy this. And of course, we're going to click there and we're going to paste in a secondary color. We want to do that here again, secondary color. And then we could change the background here. This could be the secondary color. We could have the background here be the secondary color. So you can see what we're creating now is this would be the primary color. So in my case, it would be purple. And then my secondary color is orange. So the background would be purple. And then the text or this here and the background here, all the black would be my secondary color, except for this text here. Okay. So remember, this was actually imported from Canva as an SVG file, which means that we can edit. That's how we can change this color and all of that. But you'll see that this text here, each of the letters is an individual element. All right. So if I just left it like this, what would happen is the color and the background would be purple. This would be orange. The background here would be orange. The background here would be orange, but this text would still be black and here. So what would happen is everything would be purple, but you would not even be able to see this text. So there are two ways of really doing this. Okay. So the long way would be to click on each element. So like I'm clicking on the letter I here, and then I would go over here and then change that or rename it rather to the secondary color. And then I would want to do the same thing here with the S. And then I would do that all throughout here with every element that I would want to change to the secondary color. Now, the next option would be just to completely delete all of these letters here and then just recreate them here, maybe with this, and then just move it here to this area. And then that way, I could just rename all of those here. Okay. Like using basically, in case I just confused you, I would do is the hero comma, and then I would just delete all of these letters and then add this. And then you can see from this point on, I would just rename this and make sure that it is the secondary branded color. Okay. So multiple ways of doing that. It really just depends on your strategy and how you want to approach that. Okay. Now I'm not going to go through the trouble in this training of changing all of these. Like I just told you that I would literally go through here and change all of that. But it would definitely make this a really complete post if you wanted to make sure that everything was a branded color. Now you can see this down here, same thing. If you wanted to change all this, you would just have to click on each element, or you could just make it a text element there. But you can see here that there actually is no logo. So if we did want to add the logo here, we could just drag in like any image, let's say this cat image here. And then we could maybe put this over to the side. We could also change the size of this here. So let's go to um, select. We could make this 200 by 200. And that makes it a square image. Okay, so now we have our square image. And of course, we want to tell the AI that this is going to be the logo in this placeholder. So what we need to do is come over here to where it says logo image, and we're going to copy this. And then we're going to go back to where the name is, and we're going to paste and then click enter. Okay, now let's say down here, we also wanted to add the URL for the website. So we can just add some paragraph text down here. And we can say website, and let's make this centered. Let's move it over here. And of course, I could take the time of, making this look pretty and all that stuff, but I think you guys get the point with that here. So, what I need to do with this is I need to change this to be the website URL. So, is it going to be the primary color? Is it going to be, remember, we made the background the primary color. So, we would definitely want to either make it white, which we could do, just make it just a standalone color of white, right? We could do that here. Or we could change that here with making it the secondary. So we'll say website URL, click out of this, website URL, secondary color. Okay, so we just copy this, go back to the text, change this here, click enter. And so now we've created this post here that is going to, the content will not change. Okay. So there's no like AI areas here for the content to change. It's just going to be the branding. Okay. So it'll have the logo here where the square is. This will be the secondary brand colors. And then, of course, the website URL here will be the secondary brand color. And then the background will be the primary brand color. Okay. So of course, you just want to save this, and then now you can keep adding to your static images and really build out these awesome campaigns. You can always check here and make sure that you have all of the elements added there. You guys, this is so, so cool. You can really see if you purchase, I mean, you can have someone on Fiverr create designs for you if you want to, that's specific to your niche. And then you can take that content and upload it. This is great if you have maybe plumbers are your clients or pharmacies and you're generating the same type of content. You can easily take that content, that campaign that you've paid one freelancer to create, and then you can turn it into content for every single business within that niche that you have available. Super, super cool. Super excited about this. And again, you guys can go to myvisionagency.com/brand blast. You see the link up here. You'll want to click there, and then you want to go into the agencies option and scroll down here to the white label plans. That's where you'll have the ability to add those templates to your white label agency. Thank you all so, so much for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Go make your vision a reality. Bye. Thank you so much for joining us for today's training. If you have any questions, you can join us for open office hours starting right now at bridgetbartlett.com. It's free and open to everyone.